Why do I keep waking up between 3 and 5 a.m.? Waking up between 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. is a phenomenon that many have experienced, often dismissing it as a mere sleep disturbance. However, a deeper exploration into the spiritual teachings of Dolores Cannon reveals a fascinating world of mystical significance associated with these early morning awakenings. In this video, we will delve extensively into the potential spiritual meaning, implications, and reasons behind this phenomenon. Drawing from Dolores Cannon's groundbreaking research into metaphysics, past life regression, and the power of the subconscious mind, here are 10 spiritual meanings of waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. Communication from guardian angels. Waking up right at specific times during the night, such as 3:33 a.m. or 4:44 a.m., signifies direct communication attempts from guardian angels or spirit guides trying to get one's attention. According to Dolores Cannon's groundbreaking research into the supernatural dimensions that coexist with our physical reality, celestial guides like angels will often try to reach out to people during vulnerable quiet moments in the early morning hours as they sleep. This is because as one slips into the dream state with the conscious mind at rest, the barrier between the physical and spiritual becomes thinner. This allows angelic beings to imprint visions, words, ideas, or feelings that they hope will come through into one's awareness upon waking. Moments where individuals suddenly stir from sleep right at times like 3:33 or 4:44 may indicate that a guardian angel is sending a subtle message that they are present and want one to know they are watching over them. Recognizing and appreciating these angelic encounters, instead of rushing to return to sleep, can bring an immense sense of comfort, peace, and reassurance that one has powerful spiritual forces looking out for them. Catalyst for spiritual awakening. Perhaps the most commonly cited reason given for why people find themselves waking up suddenly between 3 to 5 a.m. in the morning is the notion that this time period acts as a catalyst for spiritual awakening. The pre-dawn hours are a critical spiritual juncture where the boundaries between the physical and metaphysical realms become weaker, allowing for a profound heightening of spiritual awareness, connection, and communication. This thinning of the veil during this time seems to open doorways through which mystical experiences can transpire, releasing intuitions and insights from beyond the conscious mind. As a result, many report having life-changing spiritual awakenings just before dawn, often marked by vivid dreams, lucid revelations, and sudden clarity on issues that have been confusing them. For those actively seeking a deeper spiritual connection, the early morning hours take on great mystical significance. The stillness before sunrise creates ideal conditions to receive inspiration from source energy, detect signs about one's higher purpose or soul mission, and gain spiritual wisdom to apply to enhancing one's life path. Processing and releasing suppressed emotions. Based on her work on the multidimensional nature of human consciousness, Dolores Cannon believed that the pre-dawn hours hold exceptional importance when it comes to emotional healing and release. The early morning from around 3 to 5 a.m. is considered a profound time where suppressed thoughts, memories, and unresolved emotional wounds hidden in the subconscious mind can rise to the surface to be processed. This is due to the effect of waking alpha and theta brainwave states, where the logical thinking mind is more relaxed in preparation for sleep, while the intuitive right brain becomes heightened. The result is that deeply buried issues, old pain, and repressed memories can float up into semi-consciousness at this time, becoming available for acknowledgement, expression, and release. Therefore, waking up spontaneously distressed between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. can signify that one's psyche is working hard to excavate and resolve these inner emotional blocks. Waking up lucid and calm at this time may point to this process having reached an important completion milestone. Messages from beyond the veil. core concept that runs throughout Dolores Cannon's teachings relates to her notion that between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., the veil separating the physical and spiritual worlds becomes temporarily permeable and thin. This fascinating phenomenon is linked to ancient beliefs about this time period, representing the so-called witching hours, where supernatural forces and beings can more easily interplay with our earthly plane of existence. Due to the thinning veil at this time, Cannon believed the early morning pre-dawn hours take on a mystical aura, representing a powerful window period where direct communication with spiritual intelligences and one's higher self becomes more possible. Waking up suddenly during this profound time signifies contact from beyond the veil. Spirit guides, angels, ascended masters, or deceased loved ones may be intuitively reaching out across dimensions to offer guidance or warnings crucial for one's spiritual path or soul growth at this moment. Paying attention to the content of dreams, strange waking thoughts, and sudden realizations between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. can thus help tune into these profound communications intended to aid one's highest unfolding. Heightened intuition and premonition. The unique calm and quiet of the early morning hours is believed to establish optimal conditions for accessing one's intuitive abilities and receiving premonitions or glimpses of future events. Dolores Cannon's research uncovered that the borderlands between sleeping and waking around 3 to 5 a.m. represent a time period where the rational conscious mind is mostly at rest while the intuitive right brain still remains active. This allows individuals to tap into the deeper currents of insight flowing just under conscious awareness, gaining inner guidance, clarity, and wisdom to apply to their lives. Suddenly waking up during this time signifies premonition downloads from spirit guides or one's higher self about upcoming life events, relationships, or important warnings related to one's soul path. Rather than dismissing early morning intuitive hits as fleeting dreams, Cannon believed validating and honoring these prophetic moments could be deeply meaningful. Manifesting ideas from higher consciousness. Dolores Cannon emphasized that the potent period between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. seems to facilitate a unique process wherein one can download and anchor ideas and inspiration directly from source energy and higher consciousness. Rather than passing thoughts, sudden insights, inventions, or creative visions that pop into awareness upon waking in the early morning hours may represent holy ideas from spirits intended to uplift and serve. This is a sacred manifestation time where the divine mind can transfer inspiration and guidance through the receptive veils of the subconscious mind into conscious realization upon waking. Cannon suggested keeping a dream journal by one's bed to capture these luminous eureka insights before they fade back into the ether. Contemplating and applying these spiritual seeds through inspired action supports one's higher unfolding. Telepathic calls from loved ones. For those sensitive to subtle energies and thought impressions, Cannon's work proposed that early morning awakenings represent the ideal time to receive telepathic signals from loved ones or souls to whom one is deeply spiritually connected. This notion stems from her research into how intensely focused thoughts, feelings, and emotions radiate outward as tangible vibrational frequencies capable of imprinting themselves across distances outside conventional means. Due to the tranquility and magic of pre-dawn hours, a sudden waking around 3 to 5 a.m. may signify the soulful energetic call of someone reaching out for contact through the ethers from a place of love or need. Cannon suggested sitting quietly to identify who is trying to connect by reflecting deeply on one's relationships. Then sending loving prayers or energy transmissions to surround that person can strengthen the bond. Validating and trusting one's intuitive hits upon waking can help illuminate the deeper spiritual connectivity flowing beneath life's surface. Ideal for astral projection. The metaphysical phenomenon known as astral projection or out-of-body travel is cited by many spiritual teachings as being closely linked to the early morning hours around 3 a.m. This fascinating experience, which Dolores Cannon extensively explored, involves one's consciousness leaving the physical body to travel to higher dimensional planes of existence beyond the limits of time and space. During astral projection, individuals can access transcendent states and directly interact with spiritual entities and environments far beyond physical life. Profound insights, revelations, and healing can occur. This liminal time around 3 a.m. represents an ideal launch window through which one's astral body can separate from physical restraints to explore celestial realms of light. Taking advantage of this nightly portal can greatly accelerate spiritual understanding. Common aids include meditation, correct breathing, and hypnotic states to coax conscious exit. Proud to practice greater self-compassion. Another meaning behind waking up between 3 o'clock and 5 a.m. that Dolores Cannon's work pointed to is that this time represents a gentle spiritual reminder or prod for some individuals to practice more self-compassion and be less self-critical. Often, this relates to those who tend to set very high expectations for themselves and others. The early morning wake-up call urges looking inward to acknowledge one's own imperfections with more self-love and willingness to forgive flaws or mistakes. Cannon felt these small hourly awakenings could signify divine encouragement to go easier on oneself and shift towards more self-nurturing inner dialogues and behaviors. This, in turn, allows spiritual growth into greater wholeness. Sacred time for spiritual introspection. The quiet pre-dawn hours between 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. offer an invaluable period of sacred inner space and stillness, ideal for spiritual introspection and connection. Dolores Cannon strongly believed individuals should consider taking full advantage of this time if they find themselves waking up, rather than automatically trying to go back to sleep. The early morning offers the perfect setting to devote to spiritual contemplation, prayer, meditation, journaling, mindfulness, or any centering ritual to access deeper inner guidance free from the usual daily distractions. This state of calm presence becomes the optimal environment for anyone on a spiritual path to tap into their higher wisdom, gain insights into challenging dilemmas, explore mystical questions, or realize profound truths regarding life's meaning. The potent pre-dawn window thus presents an open invitation from the divine realm to nurture one's soul and strengthen one's spiritual purpose. Conclusion. In summary, waking up spontaneously during the silent hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. is not a mere random occurrence or sleep problem. As Dolores Cannon's research and teachings illuminate, this intriguing phenomenon holds deep spiritual significance. The early morning hours represent a special crossover zone where the veil between worlds lightens. This opens sacred portals through which profound mystical experiences can unfold, expanding spiritual insight and awakening. Heeding the call by engaging with the potent messages and experiences awakened at this time of night instead of forcing a return to sleep can harvest untold spiritual fruit and soul evolution. When embraced with an open and curious mind-heart, the guest's arrivals, stirring one from slumber between 3 a.m. to 5 a.m., bear exquisite spiritual gifts to enrich life's journey.